All right, we should be good to go. James, you got a deal you want me to take a look at?
Well, it's from yesterday when I asked you about the builder possibly having 3 or 4 houses.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a new construction guy to take a creative deal. Good for you. How'd that go?
He,
What happened?
well, he's still talking about it, and the cool thing is he still hasn't said no. But he did ask a question today. Like I gave him all the parameters, all the numbers, but he came back. And I know you said before we don't do this, and I guess my question is why? Can we not do a balloon on a hybrid or sub two?
Yeah, you can.
Is it okay to do that?
Yeah, you can absolutely do a balloon. So what you're doing though is you're doing a balloon on the seller finance portion, not the whole thing. So is this a hybrid? It's a hybrid, right? This is a builder. He's got like an 8.25% mortgage, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do a balloon on whatever the seller finance portion is, but we're not agreeing to do a balloon on the mortgage. However, because the interest rate's so high, there absolutely probably will be a refinance done on that sooner rather than later. But I can't predict when because I don't know which buyer is going to end up taking it down and what they're going to do. So that's why we don't try and control that.
Could we? Well, that's kind of what he's asking. I think since he's a builder, he's wanting out from under the house. How could we maybe structure that so I could tell that to a buyer that I need him to refinance and get him out of it?
I mean, that shouldn't, with that interest rate, it shouldn't be a problem, but it's still cash flow. Well, I mean, we can put anything into the contract, and if a buyer wants to take it on those terms, then they'll take it. So if you're telling me that the seller is willing to move forward, but he wants the mortgage refinanced out of his name within 5 years, is that what you're saying?
He just asked about the balloon on it, and I didn't really respond to it. I was waiting for the meeting tonight, so I really didn't know what to say to him.
Oh, okay. Let him know that yes, we can do a balloon on the seller finance portion. And then if he wants a balloon on the entire thing, meaning he wants us to wants our investor to refinance it after 5 years, we can also arrange that. It's just not standard.
Okay, and then I guess I'm confused about that too because I understand about doing the balloon for the finance part, but why would you not just do the whole thing like that? Why would you only try to do that small portion?
Because so I'll give you a good example. Now, this situation, this is not the case. And I couldn't imagine that we would have been moving forward with an 8.25% interest rate mortgage anyway, but your deal just happens to cash flow. So what I'm about to say is more typical than the situation we're currently in. But let's say someone's got a subject to or a hybrid, they buy it and the seller has a 2.25% interest rate, right? And then
Yes.
now the seller wants a balloon after 5 years. Well, if that was 5 years ago, then the current interest rates today are like 7 1/8. So
Okay.
that's why. Now
So
your
just
situation is
higher.
different.
We don't want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we
Got
want the part of the selling of the deal is, hey, look at this interest rate you get that's not available anywhere else from any bank today.
Beautiful. Okay, that makes 100% sense now. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
But your situation is a little different. That's why I'm more okay with just putting it in the contract because again, with your interest rate being higher than market interest rates, whatever investor buys it, even though it's cash flowing, it's probably going to refinance it anyway because that's just more money in their pocket if they do. So
Correct.
yeah, we can put that in the contract in this situation.
Awesome. Thank you. And then one more thing, and I'll let you go.
Sure.
It's 275, so under 300,000. Can we get away with a 5 year?
Yeah, you can do a 5 year for that one. That's fine.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
No problem. All right. Amber, what's up? You got a deal you want me to take a look at?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Of course, I do.
Is it a hybrid?
It is not. I haven't come across those in a long time, so no. Luckily,
Okay.
no. Not no offense to the hybrids out there. This
No,
is
it's
gonna
all
be
good.
seller. This is gonna be seller finance.
All right. What's the purchase price?
Purchase price is I screenshotted it. So give me just a second. I got it pulled up. My screen's slow. I'm on my phone, so
Don't worry. Oh, and for anybody that's new to the trainings or the channel, the community, whatever, welcome. I'm on these trainings until nobody has any more questions. So, if you guys have 10 questions, that's fine. I'll be on here, 3 hours. Last night was what, 2.5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
That live? Yeah. So I'm on here until you guys need me. So don't worry about asking a lot of questions. And I don't charge for one-on-ones. I know that for new people, that's kind of weird. I don't charge for those.
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. Purchase price is $385.
Okay.
Solar finance $358. This is where I'm wondering what you would do. So the rent is $27.48. So $2,700, I guess.
2750. It's 2748. What's the down payment?
Loop 27.
Okay.
What's next?
Realtor?
No.
Nice. Taxes and insurance.
Okay, wow. Here we go. Buckle up. Taxes is, I believe, 51.
Damn.
Wait,
The insurance?
let me go back. Yeah, taxes is 51.73. Insurance is 14.69. There is no HOA though.
Okay.
And this is actually, I believe the best route is going to be the long term or short term.
What are we giving them monthly?
Monthly is 800.
Oh, okay. Why do you think the best route is short term?
Because it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath,
Okay.
and because of the location.
Where's it at? The city.
You're killing me. I try to be top secret, man. It's it's Dallas.
Oh, okay. Oh, because Dallas isn't huge. Okay, so I'm
True.
I'm confused because it
Okay.
actually doesn't work. Oh, I didn't put a short. Okay, hold on. What is it? What's the short-term rental number? What's the rent?
Oh, we did forget that.
Because
The rent is, hold on, let me go back. Yeah, 2,700. Because we were deciding 2,750, 27.
wait, for the long term or the short term?
This is LTR, long term.
What's the short term?
Short term is crap. I can't remember because I don't have it in front of me. I plugged it in. I have the screenshot, but I cannot remember what that number was. The cash from cash return I got was 441, and I just want to make sure. Do you want me to text you the address or DM?
DM me the address and I'll run it real quick.
Okay.
But I can tell you that it absolutely works as a long-term rental. What's wrong with this deal?
Nothing. I'm just trying to figure out because it's good for both, and I want to see what would be the best way to.
To market it?
Exactly.
Oh, bet. Okay. No realtor commission at all?
No, we haven't spoken on that yet.
And you've got where are you in the process of getting the terms finalized? Like, have they already seen these terms or this is their terms?
No, this is one that I want to run before I even send it. This is all deal sniper.
Okay, got you. Okay, cool.
What I'm sorry, what was the question? What was the last thing?
You're gonna send me the address.
Yes.
So I can look at the short-term rent. But the long-term, this absolutely works as a long-term. So let me see, because you've got so much wiggle room while you're sending the address.
How do I send you a message?
You just DM it to me in Discord.
Yeah, but I'm in this screen through Discord because I'm on my phone.
Oh.
Okay, I got it pulled. Yeah, that's why it takes me so long to pull things up,
I see what you're saying.
Okay, I'm talking it now though. Just a second. Continue, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I wouldn't go any higher than $1,300 a month on the rent, but yeah, at 800, this is phenomenal. Even at 1,300, it's decent because your entry fee percentage is so low. And that's with you making 10 grand. I've got 10 grand put in the deal.
That's minimum though, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're
Nudge,
greedy,
nudge.
yeah,
Okay.
if you're greedy, you can make more money than that on the
No,
deal.
don't use that word. You know,
Well, I mean, you're gonna make is 10 grand ain't enough. How many bedrooms is this thing?
4-3. It's a 4-3.
Oh, this is a good one.
Right, for long term. But I want to make sure I'm not tripping because that 441 I felt like was
Yeah,
ridiculously high.
no, I got you. I got you. That does make sense. So your projected
And
revenue, I got
that
50,000,
that
51,000.
picture that's on there is it's not even up to date. Like that was prior to the renovations on it.
All right, that's all good.
Okay.
All right, so yours is 4250 is what I got.
Yep, that sounds right. Right.
I got a 234 cash on cash return.
234. Okay, so
But I maxed out my monthly expenses. I always do.
so did I don't understand. Maybe I did something wrong.
Is your vacancy? Oh no, that's not actually
I,
applied to that.
yeah, and I've maxed them all out, even though again, just to try my ranges.
I mean, look, put it this way. Regardless, on maybe download a new version of the calculator.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it. Maybe one of your formulas is off. But either 234 or 401, either way, it works. So
Okay.
it works both ways.
So
Now,
marketing. Mm-hmm.
if you're going to market, if you're going to push it as a long term, like I said, the highest you want to go is about 1,300 on the monthly.
Okay.
If they absolutely want more than that, then it has to be a short-term rental is how you're going to market the deal, because that's the only thing
Okay.
that will support that monthly payment for the cash on cash return. So I would really dig in. I would try and dig in right about $1,000 a month. Start with
Okay.
800, like your letter says, and then if you want to
Mm-hmm.
negotiate, try and dig your heels in right around $1,000 a month.
And if it is 1,000 or anything slightly above that, it would have to be ran as a short term.
Not necessarily. You can go all the way up to 1,300, and
Okay.
you're still okay as a long-term rental.
Okay.
If they're like, oh, we want 1,500, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then you're going to market it as a short-term rental, because as a long-term, the numbers don't work.
Okay. So once it pretty much drops under 10, then I would try the next route.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I got you. Thank you.
No problem. All right, let's see. Who's next? Alex. What's up, dude?
What's up, son? How you doing today?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Good.
I could use your help with there's two things. One, we kind of went over it yesterday. I did talk to the agent. I got a little bit more clarification on what they were trying to do. And I just wanted to kind of run the numbers by you, see like, does it look appeasing to an investor. And second thing, I have an agent that sent me a contract, but
Okay.
as I did tell you, this will be my actual first deal. So I just want to make sure that I'm not signing nothing that I'm really big on like contracts and stuff. So I don't want to sign something that.
Oh, you don't want to sign your life away, bro? You sure?
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on now. What's one little soul? Yeah, no, it's no worries, dude. You just DM it to me and I'll take a look at it. But I will
Okay,
tell
perfect.
anyone, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing. Before you DM it to me, if
Okay.
contracts are your thing, then you need to do what I'm about to tell you if you haven't already. This goes for everyone. I will absolutely take a look at a contract before you sign it. I will take a look at your contract before you send it out to make sure it looks good. I got no problem doing that. Just DM it to me.
Okay.
But I want when it's an incoming contract from a real estate agent, I want you to go through the entire contract page by page, line by line, and you're going to identify three things for me and tell me where they are. You're going to tell me when is the inspection period, how many business days is it? When is the earnest money deposit or EMD due? And
Okay.
is the contract assignable or does it not say that at all?
Okay, it does say that it's assignable. The only
Okay.
thing that kind of had me, in it was a 14-day inspection period, and that's when the EMD would be due. The only thing that had me a little worried was when it said like, oh, if I default on it, then I could be held liable and they could sue me and all type of stuff like that.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Yeah. That means if you got, so here's how it works for anyone who's new to wholesaling, and this is cash or creative, doesn't matter.
okay,
Your inspection period is your time frame to find a buyer. So that's why we have the inspection, the EMD due on or before the end of the inspection period, because we have to find a buyer. If we find a buyer, we're getting the EMD from the buyer. So we don't ever have to put our money up. If we don't find a buyer, we cancel the contract before the inspection period is over. That way you're not on the hook for the EMD.
oh, perfect.
Does
Okay,
that make sense?
okay,
So
perfect.
if you identified all those three things, you can still absolutely send me the contract, but you're good to go. Those are the only three things that can mess up a wholesaler. And then one other thing, you said it's 14 days.
Yes.
Is it 14 days or 14 business days? Because that makes a difference.
Okay, I need to double check that part then.
Yeah,
14
double check.
digits.
And listen, if it's 14 days, that's fine. When you're
Okay.
doing double digits and it's calendar days, that's okay. But if it's business days and it's single digits, then you're okay. But if it's single digits and it's calendar days or just regular days, it doesn't specify business days, that's an issue.
Okay.
Because
So it,
14 business days to find a buyer actually translates to 3 weeks to find a buyer, because weekends don't count for business days.
business days.
And
Okay.
you can obviously, or a disposition team will obviously look for buyers on weekends. So you want business days because it actually gives you more time. But if it's calendar days, but you got 10, 14, you still have 2 weeks. That's too. What you
Okay.
don't want is like 5 calendar days. That's not going to work.
Okay. Not a problem, man. Not a problem. I could I send it to your email, or like how could I send it to you? Because she emailed it to me.
Is it a PDF?
Let me see. Yeah, she sent it to me through, is this dot loop? I believe it is.
Oh, so it's a link?
Yeah.
Just DM me the link.
Okay. Not a problem.
Does that answer all your questions?
Yeah, and yeah, just one more. So, I have a like I said, I talked to the realtor yesterday. So, we kind of did go over this. Their purchase, so the purchase price would be 300,000. Seller finance amount would be 270,000.
Okay.
They want an interest rate of 3%.
All right.
Payment to seller will be 11.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You want me to run this?
Yes, please. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
shit.
just
Okay.
yeah. Sorry.
No. I'm just listening for like something bad, which I kind of already heard something bad, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay.
You said third, so it'll be 30K down.
Mhm.
What's the rent?
So the rent that the payment to the seller, or the estimated rent?
The estimated rent. My bad.
The estimated rent, 1 second, would be, I think it was like 17. Estimated rent would be 1755, but he did say they have a tenant in place right now, and the current tenant is paying 2250.
Gotcha. Is that current tenant on a lease or is that current tenant month to month?
He said on I think it was month to month.
Okay. All right. What are the taxes and the insurance?
Taxes and insurance, 1,116 and 29 cents for taxes. Insurance is 1260.
Okay. And they want 3%?
They want 3% interest.
All right. So for anyone who's new to any of this, once you get into it, a lot of times a real estate agent's going to respond. They'll like your offer, but they want interest on the deal. Sometimes it's something ridiculous, like 8.7%. That's dumb. But in either case, if you want to figure out if the deal works, you can't use the deal sniper calculator to do that just yet. You will be in a little bit, but not yet. For now, you need to go to this calculator, the deal machine calculator, and put your deal in just like I did. So you're going to fill out your inputs page, and then you're going to fill out your taxes and your insurance. And then what is the deal sniper monthly payment that it wants us to give them?
754.
Okay. So we're at a 14% cash on cash return with the deal as it stands. Now you put in whatever interest rate they want right here. So they want 3%. So
Yeah,
that'll make
but
the payment $1,138.
mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to go here and I'm going to put that because that's our new payment, $1,138. Now let's watch our cash on cash return. So this deal does not work.
Okay.
Did you run it as a short-term rental yet?
No. Well, yeah, it was. No, I didn't.
You should run it as a short-term rental to see if it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to put, and I'm going to do an example toward somewhere in this training tonight anyway. So if you can't pay attention all the way right now or follow along, which you should do,
Okay.
I'm going to do it in a few minutes. But basically, you're going to put your taxes and your insurance. You're going to put the same taxes and insurance here and here. And then I max these out. Your ranges are right here. So I always just put the max.
Okay.
And then they will auto populate here.
Okay.
And then once you figure out what your projected revenue is from AirDNA, you're going to take that number divided by 12 and then put that number here. And then you'll see if it works. You just go back to seller finance and it'll give you the cash on cash return and the ROI for short term.
I got different numbers on my screen as far as like a long-term rental. Mine shows 6,383. So that's why I was like, what did I
6,383 for what?
for the cash flow?
Did you make the rent 2,200?
Yes. Let me
That's
double
why.
check that I did. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I put in the market rent and not what the tenant is paying. And the reason,
Okay.
and that's why I asked if the tenant's on a lease or month to month. If the tenant was on a lease, I would have felt comfortable putting the 2,200 because then the buyer that buys it will still be getting that 2,200. But since the tenant's on a lease, if they move out the day that it's sold, then the new tenant is going to be paying the current market rent, which is only $1,750. So I'm kind of planning ahead for that.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
now let's put it in at 2,200 just out of curiosity. Let's see what that is. So yeah, the deal works then. Let's see.
Because he did say, the realtor did say, he's like, I can, we have a projected tenant. He's like, I can put a for sure tenant in there if that would be like, the only thing. But he was more so like talking about like the owner. He's like, the owner is not worried about selling.
The owner isn't worried about selling.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
then
what he said.
why is it on market?
Because he wants the seller finance. He wants that drip every year.
Oh, I see.
For what he said. But he said that the people that did move in that are currently in there,
Mm-hmm.
one of them was thinking about leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and they already have a for sure tenant that's going to be put in place. He's like, every time a tenant leaves, he's like, it's not even vacant for a month before somebody's in there.
At 2,200.
Yes.
I mean, me personally, I don't trust anyone.
Yeah, I
the
know.
realtor
That's
is
not
the
fair.
sales. I mean, not that doesn't mean that they're lying, just because I don't trust them. I
I don't trust him either.
It sounds like he's doing like a pad split.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really. I feel like he's just because it's been on market for 270 days. So it's like he's like, yeah, the owner does commercial. He's more commercial properties and stuff like that. So I understand what he's trying to do, but even when I offered him over the asking because I came in at 330, and he's like, yeah, well, he's not going to let you use his. This is what he said. He's not going to let you use his money for free. Is what he said basically. So that's why he's like, we got to add interest on this. I'm like,
Okay.
all right.
I mean, the 3% interest isn't crazy. And let's say that he can get a tenant in there. We could put a stipulation in the contract saying that, no, actually, no, we can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that.
Just let it go.
No, I still say lock it up. I still say lock it up. And when you disposition the deal, much like when you're dealing with a realtor or anybody else, be honest. Tell the buyer, the potential investor, look, here's the situation. There's currently a tenant in there right now paying 2,200. They have another tenant lined up if this one's ready to, if this one wants to move out at closing, but the market rent is showing at like 1,750, 1,800, which drastically changes the cash on cash return. So take a look at the deal and let me know if you're interested. And let the buy. I mean, ultimately, it's the buyer's decision.
Okay.
Just because I don't trust anyone, just because you don't trust anyone, doesn't mean that the real estate agent is lying, and it doesn't mean that the buyer doesn't trust the real estate agent. And maybe everything works out. All we can do is inform everyone of the situation and let them make their own decision. So yeah, I would absolutely still lock the deal up.
Okay.
And I would try and push it and just make sure that when you dispo the deal out, you're forthcoming with this particular part of the information to any potential buyer.
Okay. Not a
Because the
problem.
buyer's they're gonna run their own numbers, their own rental numbers, they're gonna run it themselves anyway. You just need to be able to back up what you're saying the deal is, which is
Okay.
this part here.
Okay.
So yeah, you're good. Lock it up.
All right. All right. Thank you, Sean.
No problem.
Mm.
All right, let's see. Leslie, what's up, dude?
Hi, Sean. Listen, I have a suspect so far, but I would
Okay.
like to run the numbers by you. I don't know if you want to do it now or you want to do it a one-on-one
No, we can do it right now.
because it's the owner. There is no real estate agent involved. It's just in one of my calls.
Yeah,
I just
that's fine.
get a
Is it a creative deal?
yeah.
Okay.
It's the
Is it
owner
a-
finance.
all right, perfect. What's the purchase price?
Yeah, he want 350K
Okay.
insurance.
How much does he want down?
And he don't tell me that. That's why I was running it through
Oh, I see what
the
you're saying.
calculator. Yeah,
Oh, you've already put it through Deal Machine or the Deal Sniper?
yeah. I run it at 5% down.
You ran it at
I
5%
put
down?
5% down, which is a 17.5,
Okay.
and finance will be 332.5. Tax is 25.31. Insurance is 1,100. Estimated rent is 19.45.
Okay. What about the taxes?
The taxes is 25.31. I mean, yeah, 2,531.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your entry fee percentage is fantastic. It's less than 10%. That's
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
about 14%.
No, your entry fee I have at 9.64. You can actually do 12.5 as an assignment fee on this one and be right at about 10. Yeah. And then so you haven't talked to the seller about terms yet? We're trying to figure out what the terms are.
Let me tell you the situation.
Okay.
He's not very motivated, but he's curious. He want me to send him an offer.
Okay.
He's moving to another house. There is no mortgage on the property.
Okay.
So he tell me, okay, just because I'm the only one who offer him to send him an offer, because he tell me everybody call him and try to lowball him. And I tell him, well, I'm not. I'm just want to send you an offer. Just tell me how much you want. And he's interested. He send me the pictures. I just get off the phone, the text with him.
Okay.
So I tell him tomorrow I will send him, after I work the numbers, I will send him the offer sheet.
Okay. And he asked you for 350 as a purchase price?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I said he's a suspect so far, because we don't do any negotiation yet.
No. That's fine. You're good.
What do you have for cash on cash?
I have, hold on, let me put everything back to the way it was. I've got 15.64, but I changed your numbers.
Okay, I did something wrong when I
No,
run
no,
mine.
no. You didn't do anything wrong. I changed your numbers.
Oh,
So
okay.
so you might have had the exact same cash on cash return, but I changed what you should offer this guy. You should offer him a $360,000 purchase price. You're gonna give him $10,000 more. You're still gonna give him the same $17,500 down. And actually, you can go up to 20. Actually, I mean, you can really go up to 35, but try and keep it.
Yeah, that's why I know I can go to 10%, but I keep it at 5.
Yeah, if you can keep this thing at 20K or less. What city is it in?
He's Raleigh, North Carolina.
And does it need work?
He sent me the pictures. He tell me he got new roof. Let me see the text. Hold on, let me pull up the text he just sent me.
Okay. Yeah, this could be actually really good. Just because that entry fee is so low.
He tell me he got new roof, heating and cooling is new roof and heating and cooling system.
Okay. So,
But I thought he sent me pictures. He's in the process of moving.
okay. Send me the photos when you get a chance. I'll take a look at it just to, not that, I mean, look, unless the property's super jacked up and needs, $80,000 worth of work, this deal is really good. I would say you said the rent's 1,900.
That's his estimate. He tell me he can go for 25.
Oh, that's his estimate?
He tell me 25, but when I went to Zillow's estimated at 19,
Okay.
and I went it with that Zillow number.
Yeah, no, that's smart. I mean, always go with the lowest. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So, I mean, your entry fee is so low. You can give him up to $1,000 a month.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, you can give him up to $1,000 a month. I would prefer 850. 850 would be a lot better. But your entry fee is so low that even at $1,000 a month, cash flowing $4,200 a year, this is a nice deal. This is a really nice deal, especially in North Carolina.
Oh, in Raleigh too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is really good.
he's very interested because we've been in the text. He tell me he don't give his email out. So he been texting me back and forth. So I'm gonna go run the numbers and then I'll send it for you to see before I send it out.
Okay. Yeah, and again, I mean, use your judgment. You're on the team. I know your judgment is
Yeah.
good, or you wouldn't be on the team. So, send me the photos, but you can go ahead and send him an offer. I trust
You want me to text you the photo? I have the photos. You text them to me.
Yeah, you can text me the photos too.
Okay.
But again, if it's not in really bad shape to where it just needs a bunch of work, like as long as it doesn't look like it's haunted, I mean, the deal is good.
He tell me he been living on the property since he bought it. He just
Oh, okay.
moving to go by the beach, I think.
How many bedrooms?
He's a 3-2.
Yeah, that's a good set. Yeah, this is a good deal. I would definitely.
And it's
send him an offer.
it's a brick house too.
Yeah, I would definitely send him an offer.
All right.
Because matter
I'll
of fact,
work on it.
we got a couple of buyers in North Carolina, so keep me posted.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, let's see who's next. Jared.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. What can I do for you?
Hey, I just had some questions. I don't have a deal I need you to look at. I just had a question I wanted you to answer for me, please.
Sure.
So I don't know if you remember, but I was the one like in the Discord that asked about the calling like failed listing and stuff. And I was just wondering like how do you like go about doing like properties that like are off market? You get what I'm saying?
So when you say Well, that's two different things. So are you talking about calling expired listings or focusing on marketing off-market properties?
Yeah, like it's when I say like expired listings, I mean like pulling them from like softwares like Prowire or XLeads or something.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So we're not
Yeah.
talking about, okay, so we're just talking about just straight off-market deals. All right, go ahead. What's your
Yeah.
question?
So like how would you like go about? Because I know. So how would you go about it? Like calling them first and seeing if they want to sell, or seeing if like if it was a deal or not first, without like knowing what their price would want to be. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know how to
Are
really
you trying
explain
to
it.
use Deal Sniper for off-market deals?
Yeah, I was saying if you can use Deal Sniper for off market deals, or you'll just have to use the deal machine instead.
You can use Deal Sniper for off-market deals. Here's the problem. When
Uh-huh.
it generates the purchase price and it's going to add more money on top to
Yeah.
calculate the interest, it's that part's going to be messed up because there is no purchase price because it's not listed. So chances are it's going to go off the Zestimate,
Okay.
which
So
may
that
not reflect how much the seller's actually asking for their property. So if
okay.
you're asking my opinion, if it's straight off market, I would call.
Okay.
You
Thank
got to
you.
get on the phone, call, and then if they're interested in selling, and you have them on the phone, then during your discovery call, you can find out towards the end if they're open to a creative offer, and then if they are open to it, the way I like to ask is, "Hey, before I let you go, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, real quick, I've had a lot of success this year with purchasing properties creatively. Are you opposed to me giving you two offers when I call you back tomorrow? One will be a full cash offer and the other will be a creative option. And then you just let me know which one you like."
Okay.
Because
Thank
that
you.
way you're opening it up. If they say they're not opposed to it, which is what you want them to say no. It's almost like a trick question.
Right.
Are you opposed to it? No. Great. Good. I'll give you two offers. And then put it through Deal Sniper.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That helps me out a lot.
No problem.
You have a good one.
No problem. You too. All right. Ivan, what's up?
Hey, wanted to get back on. So I ended up signing that contract yesterday with the one that didn't work out as a short-term rental or a long-term rental.
Mhm.
And I've been contacting a bunch of realtors so far, and most of them don't even know what a homestead buyer is for the most part.
Oh, well, that's because every buyer to them is, yeah, they know what it is. They just don't, they're not familiar with that term because everyone who they sell their home to, these properties that they're listing usually end up moving in. So everyone is either a homestead buyer or investor, but homestead buyer for real estate agent isn't really a thing.
Okay. So what I've also said was to kind of make an easier term for them. I've also said like a rent to own option. Is that all right to say, or?
It would be lease to own. And then the proper
Or lease?
terminology would be like a land contract or a wrap or a contract for deed. Those are
Okay.
more realtor friendly terms. But yeah, rent to own, lease to own. That's a good analogy for it.
Okay, cool. So I'll continue calling. I'm going to call for a couple more days and see if I get any traction. Have you guys had any success like moving a deal like this, or?
What are the terms? You got to refresh my memory.
So the terms are, I mean, we got it for 12.
Mhm.
We got it for 12. It's the interest rate's 5.99. They owe $173,213 on the mortgage. They bought it for 181.
Is this a sub two or a hybrid?
This would be a sub 2.
What's the cash on cash return?
I see that there is no cash on cash return. That's the problem. Like,
Wait, what
that's
do you
what-
mean? Oh, like it's zero?
yeah, because the interest rate makes the payment up to like 1600 a month.
And what's it rent for?
And it rents for like 15, 40, maybe 60.
Oh, yeah. So it's negative cash on cash return.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
gonna have to sell that to a homestead buyer. Is it a house or a condo?
It's a house.
Is it in good shape?
It's in great shape. It was renovated 2 years ago.
What's your entry fee? Not the
Entry-
percentage, the dollar amount.
The entry fee we have is 18.
Is that
Uh,
including assignment fee and
So
to the
that includes our assignment fee. The seller only needs their 12K. Our
Okay.
assignment fee would be the remaining out of that 18.
So you'd be looking at like $23,000 for total entry fee, including closing costs to the buyer.
Hmm.
What's the purchase price? 180, 175?
180. The full purchase price is like 185.
What city?
This is in Moore, Oklahoma. It's like 9 minutes away from Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you can move that. You should probably be able to move that. Because essentially what you're telling a homestead buyer, and again, for anyone who doesn't know, a homestead buyer is just not an investor. Someone who's going to live in the property and make it their home, not looking for cash flow or flipping or ARV. They want to live in it, but they can't go to a bank traditionally for whatever reason. Bad credit, no tax returns, no social security, whatever. That's a homestead buyer. So essentially what you're asking the buyer to do is come to the closing table with about $25,000 max to purchase a $200,000 home for $100 less than what rent, or $100 more than what rent is for the same size property. Yeah, you should be able to move that.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna continue
You
to try.
signed it?
Yeah, I've already signed it. I signed it
Oh,
yesterday.
that's what's up. Good job. Did you ring the bell?
I did not ring the bell. I should.
What the fuck?
So I'll do that. But if I'm gonna try to move it in for a couple more days. But if I can, is this something that we could partner on?
Yeah. How long was your inspection?
We have an 18 business days.
Oh shit. Yeah. And how many days are you in? 2?
So yeah, I just signed it yesterday.
Yeah. Go ahead. Move it until like Monday and then let me know, or move it until Friday and then
Okay.
let me know if you need help. And then, yeah, absolutely. I can help my team try and push this in for you. It sounds like a good deal. Now, we don't typically, hold on a second. No, I don't want to get cussed out by my team. We don't typically move homestead deals just because of how many deals we have coming in.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, let's chat on Friday. Let me know how it's going for you. And then what I'll do, I'll talk to my disposition team and I'll do one of two things. I'll either put them on the phone with you to give you some pointers to help you move it easier,
Mhm.
or I'll talk to them before then and just be like, hey, can we throw this one in? Now,
Okay.
I can't promise that we're going to do that, because if I do it for you, I'm going to be doing it for everyone on this call and anyone that's going to watch this recording. And we're just
Right.
kind of going backwards. So
Right.
it'll probably end up being my team jumping on the phone with you to help you move it, or to connect you with some of the local buyers that we have in the area, and just kind
Okay.
of go from there.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll contact you Friday. I appreciate it.
No worries. Ring that damn bell, dude.
Indeed.
All right. Let's see. Oba, what can I do for you? You're mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you. What's going
Hello?
on? Yeah.
All right, I'm good. Hello everyone. I joined the program yesterday from TikTok. I believe I'm one of those people who have a lot to learn. I don't have no deal on the table right now. I was doing cold calling, but
Okay.
I wasn't getting any good result, and I was looking for a way before I found you yesterday. So I saw the play that you gave us. It was very interesting, sending out offers. I'm just saying that I'm a beginner with all this, and I don't know if there's any category that I could start with. But I have the time, I have the zeal, I'm a hard worker. I just need to understand what to do and how to go about it, sending out offers so I could start.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So you're in the Deal Sniper community, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me give you a place to start. Now, I'm going to send you a playlist. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but I do want you to watch it until you understand everything that's being said. And then after that, sometime next week or Friday, hit me up. We'll jump on a one-on-one, and then I'll fill in the gaps that you have to answer any questions that you still, have remaining after you watch this playlist. But go to Discord, go in the main chat, and I just posted a playlist just now. go ahead and watch that playlist to get you started. And then once you go through and you're
Okay.
comfortable with basically how everything works, our operating procedures, the rules, then jump on a one-on-one with me, and I'll get you pointed in the right direction.
Okay, Sean. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's see. Chris, what's up?
How's it going, Sean? Uh, I'm kind of in the same boat as Oba, but a little bit further ahead. So I've started to um, basically compile some offers using Deal Sniper, and this is like my second day. I have two that I'm gonna send an email for, and I know that sounds crazy because I'm hearing that we should be sending like 20 a day, so I'm working towards that. But I guess what I wanted to understand is so now that I have Deal Sniper, it's gonna generate me, a creative financing offer or something related to Section 8 or long-term rental. But what I want to understand before I send out these emails, of course, it's already generating the deal for me, but
Mhm.
I want to understand, how do I know what deals I should really be focusing on in terms of the email that I send out? Like, I don't want to send out just send out what it sends me as a creative financing offer if there's more potential in it being a long-term rental. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, Deal Sniper will always give you a good, equitable deal from the terms that it generates.
Okay.
Always. I think we've come across one where we took the numbers from Deal Sniper, plugged it into the deal machine calculator, and it wasn't a good deal.
Okay.
And even that one, I truly believe was user error from the guy that gave me that deal. So
Okay.
it'll always generate a good deal for you. Always. As long as you clean up your numbers, that's really all you have to do.
Okay. And when you say clean up your numbers, do you mean like well, I guess if I can give you guess an address real quick that I have not sent out an email for yet, and because I just want to understand like how to look at it and be able to spot what I'm looking for, if that makes any sense.
Yes, but don't give me the address because this is recorded and it's going to get posted on YouTube, and I don't want
Okay.
to snake your deal. So what I will do, because I told everyone that I would, is I'm going to actually run a deal through Deal Sniper from start to finish. I'll even do a creative,
Okay.
not a creative. I'll even do a short-term rental analysis. So if anyone wants to follow along to figure out how to run short-term rental numbers, that's about to happen. Will that help, Chris?
Yeah, that would absolutely be perfect.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. All right. So first thing you want to wait a minute. This is going to be a little long-winded. So before I do this, does anyone else have a question? Okay, cool. Oh,
One question,
okay.
one really
Yeah.
quick question.
What's up, James?
The question is, sorry, what would you look for as an ideal cash on cash return? Like what percentage?
No less than 10 to 12%, but ideally we want 15 or higher.
Okay, appreciate it.
No problem. And then Vanessa, what can I do for you?
Okay, so I think my question is kind of going to go along with what you're finna say. I'm not sure if you've seen the message or not, but it's just knowing if the deal is still good, and how do you know if is there a way you know if they're going to get the house and use it as a Section 8 property or a long-term property, or do just both of the numbers have to be good?
No, as long as it works as a long-term rental, everything else is quote unquote gravy or sugar on top, or I don't know, pick a cliche. As
Yeah, I got
long as
you.
if it works as a long-term, it'll definitely work as a Section 8 most of the time if it's a Section 8 neighborhood. And
Right.
if it works as a short-term rental also, then it's just a trifecta. But as long as it works as a long-term rental, lock it up and send it out for dispo.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's all.
your pool for buyers is going to be much bigger for long-term than it is for short-term. But if it works for both, then cool. Now you got both. And same thing
Right.
with Section 8.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, let's see here. James, did you have another question?
Yes, sir. Real quick. How much of a rehab can there be involved when we're doing these numbers, or should we make it sure it's just 100% turnkey?
That's a good question. So there isn't a definite answer to that. Well, the definite, well, no, that's not even a definite either. So here, you got to look at it as who you're going to be selling the deal to and what makes sense for them. So the reason why people buy creative deals is because it's a deal. Like it's much better than if they go the traditional route. So if they go the traditional route, what are they going to do? They're going to put down 20%, and then they're going to have to go to a hard money or private money lender. They're going to have to pull out some more money, take out a loan. They're going to have all this stuff. We want to make that easy for them. So the short answer is we want the property to be as turnkey as possible, but that doesn't mean that if it needs work, you can't do a creative deal. You can do a creative deal on a property that is a complete and utter shithole. You can. You just have to make sure the terms fit the property. So if the property needs $80,000 worth of work, I'm not going to go with Deal Sniper's number of giving them $20, $30, $40,000 over asking. I'll probably give them either what it's listed for or $10,000 to $20,000 less, and then build my creative offer around that. And the other side of that is also true. If you've got a property that is flipped, and I mean no one's ass has ever sat on the toilet in that bathroom, that's how new it is, then yeah, you can go and stretch the rules a little bit that direction because the property is super new, which means for an investor who's looking for a buy and hold, if the property's brand new, just flipped, then they can get top of the market rent for that area. So then they're willing to pay a little bit more for it. So you just kind of have to gauge the deal versus the terms and then see if it makes sense.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. All right, let's do this deal. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a market. Let's see. Georgia, no, Atlanta, St. Louis, Arlington, Irondale, Birmingham. Let's do Atlanta. Not that house, though. All right, so once I've chosen a market, I'm going to show you guys the filters that I put in. There's only one that I ever use. If you have an issue sticking to the rest of the rules of the purchase price limits, then you can change the purchase price, DJ. But me, this is all I do. I like 90 plus. You can do 60 plus. You can do 180. I like 90. So once I have that, I'm just going to zoom out. And I now have 579 potential properties I can put an offer in on. And now I'm just going to pick one. Let's do, now if I were doing this for real, I would literally just start 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would just keep going down for all the ones that fit. But since this is an example and I'm running the training, I'm going to pick a house that I like. So give me a second. Oh, I like that one. That's a nice kitchen. Actually, I like that ceiling too. Let's do this one. Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah, what's up?
I missed because my computer glitched when you were saying the most important part. How do you decide what price range to stick within when you're searching between the numbers that are on market?
Oh, I advise people to stay at about 350,000 or less total purchase price.
Okay, got it.
And here's another little tidbit that I guess I thought this was common knowledge, but it's not. So I'm going to let you guys know. The lower the purchase price, the easier it is to move that deal on the dispo side and for the seller side. Let me tell you why. And anyone who's been working Deal Sniper for even a little bit, correct me if I'm wrong, please. But 99% of the time, when a real estate agent responds to you positively about your offer, they include some sort of stipulation about wanting a balloon, right? Well, the higher the purchase price, the longer the balloon. Well, the longer the balloon, the less the client and the seller and the real estate agent want it. So what deals allow us to do the shortest balloons? The cheapest properties. And by cheapest, I don't mean shitty. I mean just the actual purchase price. So like this property, $240,000. If they ask me for a 5-year balloon, I can do that all day long on a $240,000 property. If it was $540,000, I couldn't do a 5-year balloon. So keep that in perspective. Also, the more expensive purchase price does not equal a higher assignment fee. Usually it's the opposite. And here's another thing. If you go for properties too cheap, like less than 100,000, you can, but you're probably not going to make 10 grand on those deals. And the reason why is because your purchase price is so low that your $10,000 is already more than 10% of the purchase price. Then on top of that, we're going to give another potential $8,000 if it's an $80,000 purchase price. So now we're at $18,000 for an $80,000 property. So just keep those things in a perspective. Super expensive doesn't mean higher assignment fee, and the cheapest of the cheap properties doesn't mean higher assignment fee. Just try and keep it between like 100 and 350,000, and you're golden. Sorry, that was a little rant on my part. Okay, so
Very helpful.
no worries. Let's finish this deal. All right, so I've got my property. I'm going to take this address. Wait, how long has it been on market? 89 days. Perfect. So I'm going to take this property and get my address and copy it. I'm going to bring it over to Deal Sniper, and I'm going to paste it. It'll scrub the numbers. It'll pull all the taxes, the insurance. It'll pull everything for me. That looks different, right? Is it the lighting? No, that floor is definitely different.
The gray. Yeah, it's very different.
Oh, it looks better now. All right, cool. So does it have a mortgage? I don't know. So I'm going to put no. Can you check first to see if it has a mortgage? You can, but it's going to be a waste of time. And the reason why I say that is because if your real estate agent or your seller is open to a creative offer and the property has a mortgage, they will tell you. The amount of time it's going to take for you to look at every single, even if you have access to batch leads or PropStream or PropWire or whatever, the amount of time it's going to take you to send out an offer, if you look up every single property to see if it has a mortgage, it's going to take forever. You can do it if that's how you want to do things, but you don't have to. If they're open to it and there's a mortgage, the agent will tell you. Guaranteed. All right. So it was listed. It's listed for that. It's listed for 230. That's not right. Unit 1121. Unit 1021. Okay. Did I put something in wrong? That's why it looks different. Okay. This is not the one I wanted. It doesn't matter. I'm going to change it anyway. Oh, it's a condo.
Take the number sign out. It'll go through, I think.
Is that what it is?
I've noticed it's had a problem with that before.
All right, let me see. Ah, look at that. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. See, even I learn shit every day. All right, cool. So do I have a mortgage? No. They got it listed for 240, 263. So I can't remember who I was talking to. I apologize. I don't remember your name. But here's what I meant by cleaning up your numbers. Deal Sniper is awesome. The way that it scrubs numbers, pulls the information, does all the calculations, it's great. But this part is just a calculator. And so you can tell that these numbers, it sure in the hell looks like a calculator did it, and it doesn't make any sense to human beings. You guys don't like these numbers. You like things rounded. Who in the world wants a monthly payment of $740.89? That doesn't make any sense. So just $740. $263,998.90 as a purchase price. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to do $264,000. Down payment $18,479.92. That doesn't make sense. So just do $18,000. This is what I mean by clean up your numbers. So now, if you look at everything, that's much more appealing. It looks like a human being did it. That's what I mean by clean up your numbers. So if you notice, I didn't change the deal. All I did was round everything off. So once you have, oh, you got a question? Does someone have a
Yeah,
question?
so
Oh, go ahead.
your assignment fee, is that
Mhm.
already calculated into the number to your right, or you have to add that to that number to the right?
Okay,
Like-
I'm so glad you asked that question because a lot of new people, they get confused about this. When you're talking about your assignment fee, That's for your conversation between you and the buyer. When you're talking about Deal Sniper and this portion of it, and you're talking to the seller, that is not including your assignment fee. So it says right here, like for example, we shoot for a $10,000 assignment fee for every deal. That doesn't mean I'm going to tell the seller they're getting a $28,000 down payment, because that's my assignment fee. I'm going to tell the buyer that the down payment is $28,000. I'm not adding $10,000 to the purchase price for the seller. For the seller, they're only getting $264, but I'm charging the buyer $274. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
like it's buy low, sell high. So when you're dealing with the seller, your assignment fee is not included. This right here is not included. This 18,000 that's all going to the seller. When you market the deal to the buyer, you're going to change this 18,000 to 28,000. You're going to change this 264 to 274, assuming you're trying to make a $10,000 assignment fee. That's the buyer.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. That cleared it up for me.
No problem.
I'm new here, so I haven't done my first deal yet, but I plan on sending some out tonight and tomorrow, and rest of the week,
That's what's up. Check the main chat in the Discord. I dropped the Deal Sniper 101 playlist. I really recommend you watch that if you haven't already.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No
I just had a
problem.
quick question.
Go for it.
When you said like the minimum is 10,000, like how do you know if you can do more?
Oh, that's a good question. So you're greedy too. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all right. We can work with that. No, I'll show you guys how to do that once we get to the underwriting portion. And in case you can't stay that long, it's probably 5-10 minutes from now. The short answer is you keep your entry fee percentage as low as possible to make your deal as attractive as possible to an investor. So you have to really determine, because every $1,000 or every dollar you add to your assignment fee raises the entry fee percentage for the buyer. So if your deal is already tight, because we don't want to go above 15% really, but we definitely don't want to go above 20%. If you're already at like 15% at $10,000, I probably leave it there. But if you're at $10,000 assignment fee and your entry fee percentage is like 11, yeah, you can add another $5,000-$10,000 on top of that. It's no problem. You can do that.
Okay. So entry fee, meaning down payment, if that was a really, say like 10%, then I can go up a little bit, like to 15 to the buyers then.
Correct. And again, I'm going to show what that looks like here in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So once you've cleaned up your numbers, it looks like a human being did this. Now you want to copy it, or you can just hit this little button here. It'll copy it. A lot of people don't know that this button here will change the layout of the offer. So if you notice, now it doesn't change this part, obviously, because this is just math. Numbers are the numbers. But as far as the opening and the closing, it'll change it. This will just keep generating. And then in Discord, I have some other templates of offers and layouts that you can send that give a little bit more information about what you're trying to do. That's in the cheat sheet channel. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th one from the bottom that I posted. So once you have it, you copy this. Now what do? You go here, you look for the listing agent, not this. This is not who you want to talk to. That's the Redfin agent. You don't want to click here. You don't want to start an offer. You don't want to dial that number. That is not to the listing agent. This is all to Redfin. Your listing agent is right here. Jesse Nelms at Heritage Oaks Realty. It'll always be under the About This Home if you're on Redfin. A lot of times they will have their cell phone number, their office number, their email address listed right here as well. If they don't, like this one, then all I do is copy the entire name and the company and then Google search it. And chances are, boom, there's the profile.
Hey, Sean, if you don't mind me add something.
Yeah.
To the email address. When you guys checking the email address like this, check the email address, because sometimes they make you send it to the broker. Because that's what I've been seeing. When you go, you check their phone number, because they put the office phone number and then direct phone number.
Got it. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. And then a lot of times, because of where we are nowadays, if you find their Facebook profile, Heritage Oaks Realty, I know I saw it. Hold on. Let me go back because I know I saw it. Anyway, there's their email address right there too. Most realtors have a Facebook profile that will have their email address on there. And here's the thing, if they don't have their email address, you know what they will always have? Their phone number. Get on the phone and call them. Hey, Jesse, this is Sean. I was looking at your property on 17th Street Northwest in Atlanta. I'd like to put in an offer, but I can't find your email address anywhere. Can you text that to this number, please? Done. Now you've got their email address. So once you have their email address, go back to Deal Sniper, you paste this in, you put your information here, you make sure you put their name here. I think I saw in the Discord like a week ago, somebody forgot to change this part and it just said realtor's name. So remember to change that, okay? And then send it off. If I wasn't teaching how to do that, even looking up her contact information would have taken me 2.5 minutes to send this offer out. And yeah, we're recommending that you send out about 20 a day. Now we're going to underwrite the deal. So underwriting the deal, do you have to underwrite the deal every single time you send one out? No, you don't. I recommend that you underwrite the deal. You should never be opening this unless the real estate agent responds to you positively and they want to get on the phone, they want interest, they want a higher payment, they want whatever. They want something different than what you offered. Then you use this calculator to figure out if that deal still works. So first thing we want to do is we want to put the numbers in from Deal Sniper. So let's see, 264, 246, and what's the rent? 1750. Okay. So 264,000, 246,000. This is 1,700. This was 18,000. No interest, taxes, and insurance. Oh, and there is an HOA. Oh, that's going to mess this deal up. Damn, I didn't even notice that. Oh, well, it's a condo. Yeah, that's the one thing you have to watch out for condos. That's gonna torpedo this deal, I think. But we'll see. Let's work it anyway. We'll see. So 4122, 1,008. Where are we at? Let's see. 8. What was it? 1422? Yeah, 4122.
Sean, I wanted to ask, are you putting it in the long-term rental first to, like, is it basically assumed that if it works as a long-term rental, then it's good for pretty much any other portion of the deal?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the reason why you're putting numbers in here.
Yes. And then now I want to take the address and I'm going to run it through AirDNA to see what the short-term rent is. Just for some reason, AirDNA doesn't like the mouse paste. So if you don't know what the shorthand is, it's Control V. That's how you paste without a mouse. When you're putting in AirDNA, sign in to an account. It's free, so it's no big deal. You want to put in the bedrooms and bathrooms, and then however many bedrooms, just double as far as accommodates, because every bedroom can sleep 2 people. So if this was 2-bedroom, I put 4 here. If this is 3-bedroom, I put 6 here, and so on and so forth. Then you hit calculate earnings. And you're only really looking for one number, and that's this number right here. And that number is your yearly projected revenue, $27,600. So now I'm going to take $27,600 in my calculator, and I'm going to divide that by 12, which is $2,300 a month. So now that I know that, I'm going to put that right here, 2,300. So here's my complete deal. And hold on one second. 4122. You know what I think? I don't think Deal Sniper, its laws are programmed for condos because this deal doesn't work by a lot. And I know why. It's that because if this was not there, then yeah, that deal works. So I don't really like that example. I'm going to pick something that's not a condo. Just give me a
Sean,
second.
can you tell me why it didn't work? Like when I'm looking at those numbers, if something like that, I know it's the HOA, but I want to understand why.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So if I put, what was it, 5196?
Mhm.
If I put this back in, it's a negative 5.5 cash on cash return.
Oh, okay.
We need to be at a minimum of 10 to 12. And by the way, everyone, when I say minimum 10 to 12, please understand what that means. That's bottom of the barrel. That means that if you bring me a deal that's a 10% cash on cash return and a 10% entry fee, which is fantastic. If there's a deal that has a 10.5% cash on cash return with an 11% entry fee, the investor is going to take that one. 10 to 12% is bottom of the barrel minimum for my team to even push the deal. That doesn't make the deal fantastic. It doesn't make the deal super desirable. You want to start getting above 12 to 15 is when we're like, oh, okay, now this is a good deal.
And cash on cash. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pick a different property because I did not account for, let's do this one. You ever see a garage and it looks like, yeah, that could be from Dexter. That's that one. Okay, let's do this one real quick because this one won't have an HOA. Search. So I'm going to speed through this part, obviously because I've already gone through it, and oh, look at that. And I'm trying to make sure I get you guys an answer here. 297, that's fine. Okay, cool. 297, 277, 20, 18, 72, 800, 30. So, okay. Let's see how much of that I can remember. I don't know what that is yet. Ah, lost it. 37 and 1134. Oh, wait, did I miss it again? Good, no HOA. Okay. All right, so this deal without an HOA, 21% cash on cash return, 5.91. That doesn't make any sense. Oh. Okay. 10.8% cash on cash return. What's the monthly payment? Yeah, 800. Okay, cool. So I can't remember who it was that asked me about the assignment fee. Here's how you know if you can go higher. This deal has an 11.7 entry fee percentage with a $10,000 assignment fee. If I go to 15,000, now keep in mind, not only is this going to raise the entry fee percentage, but it's also going to lower the cash on cash return. So our cash on cash return was still good, but it was tight. So now once I go back, I imagine, yeah, I mean, I would still probably push that deal. But if you can see, it went up 2%. It went from, well, 1.4%. So not bad. Not bad at all. And then if I wanted to go up to an even 20,000, again, now this is going to kill the cash on cash return. Yeah, see that I wouldn't push. But even there, you're still under 15%. And as long as you're under, the closer you are to 10% or below, the better you are. The higher you are above 15%, not good. Meaning, so let me show you the other side of that. So let's say we kept this at 10, right? But the seller wants more. We can technically go up to 29,700 on this. So let's say they want the max. They want $29,000 in their down payment. Well, we're already at 14.7 with us charging 10%. Forget about the cash on cash return now. But just for the entry fee percentage, for the sake of our assignment fee, I wouldn't go up any higher than that. So the lower the down payment you negotiate, the higher the assignment fee you can get. So whoever asked me that question earlier, I hope that answers your question.
It did. It's Amelia.
Oh, good.
So I can't be greedy and say like, hey, instead of y'all to the seller,
Mhm.
instead of doing what did you have, like 18%, 18,000? I can't
Yeah.
remember. All right,
You want me to go back to it?
so I can go like I can say, oh, we'll put down 15,000.
Oh yeah. If you guys, when Deal Sniper generates this, well, here, I'll show you guys. Want to do simple calculator? Watch this. So in Deal Sniper, it's telling me that if I give them 20, I could easily make 9,700, right? So what if I say I want to give them 10? Okay, well now I can easily make 19,700. See, whatever number is here, your estimated assignment fee, that's your like yeah, you can definitely get that. If you get this deal moved, you can definitely get that. And it's going to be based off the down payment. So what if I offered them, what if they want a $20,000 down, or I'm sorry, I did 20. Let's do 25,000. Okay, well, you can definitely get 4,700. We always shoot for a $10,000 assignment fee.
But remember, I'm greedy, remember?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If you want to do it and do it from this portion here, you can absolutely use this number.
Okay.
Once you know how the numbers work, you can absolutely use this number. This is like your layup assignment fee based off of these numbers. So if you want more than that, what manipulates that number is your down payment.
Okay.
So if you want more money, then then I would start by offering them lower as a down payment, and then you can charge more to the investor who buys it, but their entry fee percentage is going to be the same. If they're paying 30 grand, the investor doesn't care if 10's going to you and 20's going to them, or if 20's going to you and 10's going to them. They still have to pay 30. They don't care. So yeah, you can control that from the beginning.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Quick question, like what exactly all are the factors that determine your cash on cash return?
Primarily, it's going to be your monthly payment versus the rent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to move your cash on cash return way more than going up or down on the down payment or the assignment fee. Now, going up or down on those will absolutely affect it, but nothing's going to affect it as dramatically as the monthly payment that you're giving to the seller versus what it'll rent for.
Okay, when it says total pity, in HOA, it says 1208.36. So is that is
talking about this here?
Yeah.
That's an assumption.
Okay.
So what they're doing is they're assuming, or I'm sorry. Let me do this. Let me do that over, because it was an assumption. We changed it. So what they're saying is that this here, a month, and then if you take these and divide those by 12, because these are yearly numbers, you can see right here, it's a yearly. If you divide these by 12, figure out what that is, plus $800 a month, you'll get $1,208.36. This is for your investor.
Okay.
This is information for you to know for your investor, which is also duplicated and drawn out here. It's just drawn out in more detail here.
Got it. Okay.
All right, let's see. Vanessa, you had a question?
Yes. Okay. So what still confuses me is the deal machine part. So you kind of just worked backwards, didn't you? You put it all in deal machine first, and you know that it's a deal. So now whenever you click, when you go back on Deal Sniper, you know, like your cash on cash return or whatever will be over. I think what it was, $400. Like, you know, it'll be a deal already.
Yes, but the only reason, I don't want to confuse you, you don't have to use this at all while you're sending offers out. You don't have to
Right.
use the deal machine. Deal machine is for underwriting the deal. You don't need to underwrite every offer before you send it out. This will always give you a good offer.
Right.
So you
Okay.
can take these offers and just send them. The only time you should use this is if a real estate agent says, hey, I like your offer, but can we get interest on the deal? I don't know.
Right.
Let's put it into the calculator and find out. So for example, this one's already pretty tight, right? We're at a 10.86 cash on cash return. I'm actually going to drop that down to give myself some wiggle room. So now let's say the real estate agent, you send this offer out, you sent it out, everything's good. Jesse liked it, but they're like, hey, can we get like 5% interest on the deal? So once your deal is in the calculator, you just put 5 for 5% interest. It'll change your monthly payment to whatever it's supposed to be, $14.87, and then you bring that payment over here, $14.87, and then let's see if it works. It does not. So now you can go back to the realtor and say, unfortunately, Mr. and Mrs. Real Estate Agent, that doesn't work. Our investors, the only interest in purchasing this property is the cash flow. And you can literally send them a copy, just this page here. You don't want to send them everything. And say, as you can see, I put your terms in and this property has negative cash flow. So I can't do 5%. But what I can do, and that's when you figure out what you can offer.
Oh, okay. And okay, one more question. As far as, let's say everything is up to how you want it, like numbers are good, how do you present it to a buyer? Like because I'm new to the creative finance way. Like I've wholesaled and stuff before, but this way, like, do you tell them that, or how do you find, I seen somebody just ask that, and how do you find people buyers that want to work with creative finance deals?
So you come from a cash world for wholesaling?
Yes.
Okay, so where did you get your buyers from when you were building your buyers list for cash deals?
Just like looking up people that invest, like going on Zillow the same way and seeing who just like remodeled a property and seeing if they'd be interested in adding more properties to their portfolio or something.
That's exactly what you do for creative deals.
The same? Okay.
It's
But is it more for
exactly
people
the
that are
same.
looking like to rent it out, or?
Yeah, the only thing you're changing is the scope of who you're looking for. So before, you're looking for people who want to buy a property for as cheap as possible so they can put some money into it, flip it, sell it, and then rinse and repeat to another property, right?
Right.
So now you're looking for people who don't want to do that. You're looking for people who don't really care what the property is worth. Notice I've never really done a comping video because we're not really comping. They don't really care what the property is worth because they're not going to sell it. So what do they care what the ARV is? They only care about what's the cash on cash return, what's my entry fee percentage, how much money can I make on this property? That's all they care about. So your process for finding buyers is the exact same way. You're just looking for a different buyer, but you're looking for them in the same places. So now when you're talking to your investors or potentially, and even your current investors, you can talk to your current investors that have buy and hold properties that don't flip and say, hey, have you ever bought a creative deal? Have you ever thought about buying a creative deal? Would you like me to explain to you what a creative deal is? And then boom, you just converted a cash buyer into a creative buyer because it's the same thing for them. It's just cheaper.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Instead of paying the cash, they're just paying like whatever the down payment is up front, right?
Exactly. Yeah. For
Okay.
someone to purchase this property for $307,000, all they have to come to the table with is $36,000. And really,
Right.
all they have to come to the table with is 30 grand. We're estimating the closing costs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Let's see. Who is next? Darren, what's up, dude?
Technically, like when it comes to finding buyers, can't you like just go on Redfin and then look at the people that are looking for rent? You know what I'm talking about?
Like for
And
homestead deals?
well, yeah, that too. But like you know how like you go on Redfin and be like, oh, this property is renting for $1,800 a month. Can't you just like hit them buyers up and be like, hey, I got a creative deal, blah blah blah. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Oh, you're talking about finding properties that are listed for rent, skip tracing them, calling the owner of those properties and saying, hey, I see you're trying to rent this place out. Have you thought about selling it? I can give you something that's very close to renting it out as far as monthly payment. You mean like that?
Nah, like just like let's say I got a creative deal I would skip trace the buyer and then be like, hey, if you want to add to your portfolio, I got
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's a good idea. Hell
I
yeah,
just
that's a good idea.
I just thought about it when she was talking.
Look at that, dropping nuggets on here, claiming to be new and shit. Sleeper cell dude. Yeah, that's a great idea. If you actually, I'm going to. I won't steal it. I'll tell everyone you did it, but I'm going to post a video on how to do that. Yeah, that's great. As a matter of fact, I'll have you on that video. Let's do it this weekend.
Okay. And
Yeah,
also
that's a good idea. So for anyone who doesn't understand what he just said, when you get a deal under contract and you're looking for creative buyers, go on Zillow, go on Redfin, any properties, any websites where they're listing properties for rent. Then you find the addresses to the properties that are being rented in the same area as your deal that you have under contract. You skip trace those people who are offering their property for rent, because if they have rentals, then they're probably buy and hold buyers. You skip trace them, call them and say, hey, don't mean to bother you. I see that you're selling this. You got this property for rent. Are you interested in buying another one? Because I have one in the same area. Here are the terms. That's a fantastic idea.
appreciate
So,
it.
so I've done that before, and usually you probably don't even have to skip trace them if they're on for rent. They have their information on there so they can find a renter.
But what if it's a property manager? Wouldn't you? Because they're not going to connect you to the seller, right?
Well,
The owner.
if you hit them up and say you have another property for them, they'll probably connect you to the seller. Like they'll connect
Oh
you.
shit. Okay. I
should
like it.
I should have done that with the deal I got right now. Like I just thought about it.
Well, if you see who owns the property, if it's an LLC, you can always go to open corporation and then do it that way to find out who the owner is.
See, that's fantastic too. That's why I
Yeah.
like that. See, that's why I don't gatekeep anything. Look at everybody following suit. Because those two things that just got said, those are really good ideas for getting your deals moved. And anyone who's new, and back me up for anyone who's not new, I only care about you guys getting paid. If you guys want to JV a deal with me, great. That's awesome. Cool. I don't care about that. I want you guys to get paid so you guys can make money and do whatever your dreams are, whatever you want to do. That's why I don't gatekeep anything. So I really appreciate when you guys have information and insight that you can pass to us who may not have that, because Darren, I've been doing this for a hot minute. I'm old as hell, and I never thought about trying to find a creative buyer like that.
And some markets, people are, I feel like they already have stuff established. Like I've called investors and asked, would they be interested in certain properties? And they're like, or the listing agent, and they're like, well, I'll send it over, but I don't think he's looking to buy anything right now. Whole time, I think they just keep them for themselves. Like they like being in their own circle already. So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And here's another thing that you guys can do for disposition. I'll give one, since we're all giving away shit. I'll give one away. If you have a deal under contract, so this one was in, there was one in Raleigh, North Carolina, right? Don't make fun of the way I said it. I'm not from there. Anyway, what we did was we got the deal under contract, right? And then we put in the zip code into Zillow. And we looked at all of the real estate agents in that zip code that have properties listed and that have recently sold properties in that same neighborhood. Then we called them and said, hey, I saw you just sold these properties, or I saw you got this listing. Good job. Congratulations. Good for you. I'm a wholesaler locally. I just got one under contract in your neighborhood. If you have any investors that are interested, here's what I'm trying to make on the deal. I'm trying to sell it for example, $250,000. You can sell it to your investors for whatever you want, as long as I get my $250,000. So if you want to charge if you have an investor who wants to take the deal and you want to charge them $260,000 for it, keep that $10,000 with my compliments, because you don't care. You don't care how much money somebody else makes on the deal as long as you make yours, right? So you're basically telling a real estate agent, hey, if you use your connections and you can sell this to them for more, take it. You don't have to split that with me. I'm looking to get this. Anything you make on top of that, that's all you. Real estate agents love that.
And it's true, because I'm a Florida realtor and I kid you not, like 20 texts and messages a day just from cash buyers looking for more properties.
Perfect. So let me ask you that. I'm sorry. What's your name? Because it just says People's Home. I can't see the rest of it.
Emilia.
Amelia. Oh, that's right. Hi, Amelia. So
Hi.
if I told you that and I sent you a deal that I had under contract and I said, hey, you can make whatever you want. I don't care as long as I get this. Would that be appealing to you as a real estate agent?
Absolutely.
And that's how you build relationships with real estate agents, you guys. Like if you're putting money in anyone's pocket that you're putting money into, you guys are now friends. You guys are now working together. Your interest is their interest and vice versa. That's how you build a killer team of people all trying to accomplish the same goal. That's why I said real estate agents and wholesalers should not be butting heads. We should be working together. The only reason we're butting heads so much is one, a lot of real estate agents don't understand creative financing, so they think that we're trying to sell them some scam shit, and we're not. And two, bad wholesalers who screw over real estate agents and give us a bad name.
And also old school ones too.
Oh yeah, I have heard that.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of times I can hear it in their voice where I'm like, oh yeah, this is not going to work. I can hear the age. That's why I changed my voice. Nobody knows how old I am because everyone tells me I sound young. I don't want people to prejudge me just because I'm old.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah.
You're not that
No, I
old.
mean, I love negotiating here in Florida. And I've had people who's been in real estate for like 30 years just laugh at me and tell me like, oh, honey, go sit back down. Like, what?
Wow. You're like, I am. I'm going to sit down in my car in my new house with this check that I just got from the deal that I worked with the wholesaler.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. I love it. Christopher put his hand up, but I heard somebody else talking. So does
Yeah.
anyone else have a question? What's up, dude? And then Christopher, I'll get to you.
I was just asking if that dude ever got back to you.
Which one? Oh, for Japonica?
No, for the other one.
What other one?
About the group home.
Oh, you got to give me an address, dude.
Uh,
You want to DM it to me? Is it under contract?
No, you said you want to hit them up. You know what I'm talking about for the group home, and then you was explaining to me what a group home is. You said you had one of your friends or like your buyers.
Oh, Ridge Oak. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, slow ass. I have to hit him up and see if he answered me or not. I'll check my email and I'll DM you tonight.
Yeah, I heard the good news about Japan.
You did?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. Look at that. Dispo team coming through. Darren about to get him. Is that going to be your first close?
Yeah.
Like ever?
Yeah.
Oh, you know I got to interview you, right? All right. It won't be the first time. Don't even trip. It won't be the first time. Let's see. Christopher, what's up? And then Vanessa, I'll get to you.
Just clarifying. So when you reach out to the realtors or the realtors that just listed whatever properties, the wholesale fee for us as agents, for us as wholesalers is already included in what we offer them, and then they just add whatever they want on top of that.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So the example that I said with 250 would be you got it under contract for 240,000. You're trying to make $10,000 on it, so you're selling it to the world for 250,000, and then you give it to a real estate agent or multiple real estate agents. Say, hey, if you find a buyer, I'm trying to make 250. You can make whatever you want on top of that. I don't care. So yeah, you're making your 10 grand, and then whatever they can sell it for, if they sell it for 255, 260, 280, whatever, doesn't matter. As long as you made your money, that's how you build relationships. So yes, that is correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Vanessa, what's up?
Okay, no, that kind of answered my question too.
Oh, okay, cool. Does anybody else have any other questions? Or was because I went off on a tangent. I know I did. Was I going through something? Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Hey, so say we get a deal on the contract, so we come back to the group and let you know.
What do you mean? Like to have us dispo it out or just to brag?
Yeah. So we get a yes. So we come back to you. You have a pre-written contract, or
Yeah. If you go
Yeah.
in the Discord, bottom left, there's cash, seller finance, subject to hybrid contracts. There's assignment contracts, JV contracts. Everything is there. And then if you want my team to help you move the deal, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's a 60-40 split.
Okay.
So we get 40, you get 60. So if it's a $10,000 assignment, you get 6,000, we get 4,000, and then you'll have to fill out a disposition form, which is also in its own channel on the left in Discord.
I'm definitely cool with that.
Yeah, just fill out the disposition form and DM it to me once it's filled out, and then my team will push it the very next morning.
Oh, perfect, perfect. All right, I'll get busy then. I'll get busy tonight.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me check. I see stuff happening in the chat, but I don't know if that's for me. None of that looks like it's for me. Okay, cool. Does anybody else have a question?
Hey,
Yeah.
Sean,
Go ahead.
1 second, Ebon.
I just want to tell you something. Just check your text.
My text
Yeah.
or DM?
I just texted
Oh,
from
you
my
texted
phone.
me. Okay. $350,000 purchase price, $330,000 seller finance, cash to seller $20,000, $850 a month. 10 to 12-year balloon, closing 525. Yeah, that's good. Is this the one that we just underwrote?
Yeah,
Give him a
and
$360,000
the next
purchase
text
price.
had the picture on it too.
Okay.
I
I see it.
send you a link with the picture on it.
All right,
I
hold on.
text it.
Let me see. Sorry, guys. Leslie's on my team, so my team always comes first. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, it's dated. He's lived in there since he bought it. That is an
Yeah.
old. But for a creative deal, it probably needs either new carpet or the carpets to be done. The kitchen looks okay. I don't like the wallpaper, but the floor's nice. Cabinets are decent. Yeah, this is good. I say go for it, dude. Get that locked up. That's a good deal.
All right, man. I'll be on it.
All right, cool. Good job. Ebon, what's up?
Okay, so the question I have, so if you go back to input, there is can you hop back? Yeah, where it's input. So or actually was it not the input, but Deal Sniper, sorry.
Oh. Okay.
So it says, so I'm still trying to wrap my head around the pity and whatnot. So this is what's generated, right? You said it's 1208. So this means that if they put a renter in there, they have to at least hit that pity amount.
No. I'm trying to figure out how to answer your question. I know what you're asking, but I'm trying to figure out how to articulate it. When you say they have to hit that amount, who are you referring to?
I'm saying if the end buyer put a renter in there for 1,800, of course, would that 1,800 subtract? Would you subtract that 1,208 from the 1,800?
Yes.
Okay. So then you do that. You subtract that 1,200 from the 18, and that leaves the investor with their cash on cash return.
That leaves them with their cash flow, but deals. But this is not. Well, actually, it's taking into consideration a lot of the stuff. But if you go over to, let's say, long-term rental, for example, if you notice their CapEx reserves are 3, mine are 5. So it may give you, good numbers, bad numbers. That's why, if you notice, this deal says it's negative cash flow 59.88, and that's why it was so tight, because Deal Sniper is going to run very, very strict numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's even remotely close, it's going to say it's going to come up red because of what it's doing in the background. The Deal Machine calculator is going to do a little bit more realistic numbers calibrated for our buyers that we work with.
Okay.
So when I'm giving you guys your SOPs, hey, don't go above 10%, your cash on cash return needs to be this, your entry fee needs to be that. It's pretty universal, but it's also very geared to accommodate our buyers. Now, don't get me wrong, we have a lot of buyers, so we've got a wide net. And these rules are, like I said, pretty universal, but the parts that I'm very strict on, like balloons, there are some disposition teams who they don't give a damn if it's got a 1-year balloon on $1 million property. Now, do they move that deal? No, but they don't care. They'll take it. My team wouldn't take that deal. So, yeah, that's why the difference. And then we are integrating the Deal Machine calculator into Deal Sniper. So what you guys are seeing on the screen right now, at some point in the very near future, is going to look like this. So that way you could, because right now, Deal Sniper can't underwrite multifamilies. It can't underwrite portfolios. It can't underwrite duplexes, triplexes, and it can't underwrite hybrids. It can only do seller finance or subject to on single family homes or condos. It can't do land. It can't do any of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate this calculator into Deal Sniper. So that way you don't have to bounce back and forth. You can literally just click on another tab and it'll be this. And you can punch all the numbers in, underwrite the deal right then there on the spot if you want to.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
That makes sense. It makes sense. So then if you go back to the seller finance option, or the last screen that we had here on the portfolio. So you said right here where it says long-term cash flow, this is where it kind of like evens out those numbers.
Correct. Yeah, even though I'm like, for example, I'm a little bit higher here, but some of the other things that I'm taking into consideration for our buyers don't necessarily translate into Deal Sniper, because Deal Sniper is made for everyone. Deal Machine is made for my team to dispo deals. And again, our rules are pretty universal across all disposition teams. So it's not like I'm teaching you guys something that's only made for my team, but some of the things that I'm a little more strict on are made for my team, like balloons.
Got it. So so why in deals? So I think what I'm trying to understand is, like, I understand that this pretty much gives you the long-term, like, stretched out view, but like how can I understand when that deal turns from negative cash flow to positive cash flow? Like,
well, what part of the process are you on? Because I still don't 100% answer the question or understand the question.
Well, because I'm like, all right, that number that you showed me, that 1208, which is everything, you know, when it comes to pity, you know, principal, insurance, taxes, all that, it came out to 1208. And then we know that we could put a renter in there for 1800. You know, of course we have to save for you know, vacancy, repairs, maintenance. So is that number like that 1,000 is like for the year? You have to put in that for vacancy, repairs, and CapEx. That's what you need to save up for the year.
Correct. Yeah, this is what's called a war chest. So this is what investors will set aside. I mean, it's every month, but we're working on yearly numbers. So every month, they will set aside a certain amount of money for vacancy that at the end of the year will be $1,080.
Okay.
Same thing for repairs and maintenance. Same thing for CapEx reserves. Their war chests, they're going to set aside, basically, they're going to set aside 15% of their monthly rent that they get, their monthly cash flow is getting set aside for those three things. So yeah, it's going to be taking out on a yearly level because they're supposed to be doing it every single month. And most of them do.
All right. I think I'm wrapping my head around it. I just got to get some reps on it.
Yeah. And then if you want, the next time you come across one that's confusing you, just hit me up. We'll do a one-on-one. We'll jump in and we'll spend 30 minutes just on one deal.
Okay.
You get it.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else have a question? Vanessa.
I would like to spend a one-on-one time too sometimes, because this all day I've been putting in these deals. None of my cash returns are over 5%, and the cash flow is like $100. Like, I don't know if I'm in the wrong area or it's just the houses I'm putting in. They're all under like 350,000, but it's like none of them are working. I haven't even sent out any deals today, just off of the numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to put one in right now? Like, do you have one that you put in recently that didn't work, or do you want to just save it for a one-on-one?
Yeah, well, I'm doing one right now. Okay, and for the Section 8, it says the cash flow is $26 and then long-term rental okay, well, you said long-term is still good. It's $700 for the cash flow on long-term rental.
Is that monthly or yearly?
Yearly.
$700 a year? That sounds really tight.
No, monthly. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, $700 a month. That's a fair. So here's the thing. When you're looking at Section 8 in reference to Deal Sniper, it's pulling Section 8 comps. If you're not in a predominantly Section 8 market for your property that you're running through Deal Sniper, then the Section 8 numbers will be off, because there's no Section 8 for. It's no different than going to AirDNA and trying to pull a short-term rental comp for Timbuktu. if there's no other short-term rentals around there for it to figure out what yours can rent for, then it's not going to work. It's going to come up with a shitty number.
Right.
So if you're in, Milwaukee in the hub and you're pulling Section 8 deals, then yeah, your Section 8 will be real good because it'll have a lot of information to comp your property on. But if not, then
Right.
it won't. As long as it works as a long-term rental, though, you're good.
Oh, okay. And is there like a certain amount of down payment I shouldn't be trying to go over? Like, do we have a limit to that?
Yeah, 10%.
10%. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
All
don't go
right.
any higher than 10% of the purchase price. And ideally, you want to be at like 6 to 7%, between
Right.
6 and 8%.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
No problem. Somebody else raised their hand, and then I think they put it down. I didn't see who it was. Do you still have a question, whoever that was? No? Okay, cool. Well, if nobody else has a question, then I will turn you guys loose. I appreciate it. I love these trainings. And again, Darren, Elena, thank you so much for those 2 pieces of information that you dropped. That was fantastic.
But
I can't wait to talk to my dispo team tomorrow. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna at first I'll pretend it was my idea, but then I'll give you guys credit. I promise I will. All right. So I will let you guys go for the evening. A recording of this will be posted tomorrow morning in the main chat if you need it. It'll be there usually around 8:30. There'll be a link provided. Other than that, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later.
Thanks.